On Inauguration Day, Kamala Harris embodied what girls and women across the country have long dreamed: a woman vice president. Hours later, however, President Biden signed an executive order that crushed girls' and women's rights. Using detailed, explicit language, he ordered that children be allowed access to the restroom, locker room, and sports team of their choosing. Their gender, now described as gender identity, would have no consequence.
It's turning equality upside down. The entire reason we have separate male and female locker rooms and sports teams is that people with male and female bodies should have a certain amount of privacy and safety and fairness in competition.
LGBTQ advocates say the order supports equality and ends discrimination against people who identify as transgender. But conservatives and some feminists have been crying foul using the hashtag Biden erased women. The Women's Liberation Front called the order a heartbreaking message to women and girls that their government does not view them as worthy of consideration and is not willing to recognize them as a discrete class. Others view it as a First Amendment violation.
This is a show of force. This is about showing who's in control and that dissent is punished.
Federal agencies have 100 days to determine how to implement the order. For any business, faith-based organization, or school receiving federal funding, opposing it could be a costly decision. There's also concern the order could confuse children and what it would mean for girls in sports.
We've watched as young female athletes have lost out on medals, on podium spots, on championship opportunities.
Attorney Christiana Holcomb represents 3 female high school track stars who sued the state of Connecticut after being forced to compete against biological boys. Under President Trump, the Department of Education defended them, and that would likely now change. Biden's executive order seeks to build on the 2020 Supreme Court ruling that redefined sex discrimination to include gender identity, but only in cases of employment. Holcomb says the president's order contradicts Title IX, the historic law that paved the way for sports equality in 1972.
Title IX is clear that young women deserve to compete on a level playing field. The whole reason we have women's sports as a separate category is because of those physical differences between the sexes.
It's now wait and see to find out how this executive order will play out among federal agencies like education and labor. States are also debating gender with a host of new bills on sports and transgender medicine. Heather Sells, CBN News.